Hey everyone, Fluffy here with video number 2. Having a little problems with my UCam. Didn't have this problem 2 days ago, but it has a delay, kind of like you're on drugs, and when I played back the sample, it continued to do that. So while I'm not good at editing, I decided to go ahead and use my phone. So if this comes out well, then you'll see it as video number 2. If not, then I don't know. I'll have to have the wife look at it, and she's not real tech savvy either. So anyway, let's go on. Today I have kimchi fried rice. As you can see, I have the eggs on the top. I normally mix it in, but I thought, well, aesthetically it looks a little cuter. It's a little cold because I was struggling with the computer and I saw, heck with it, I'll just go ahead and move forward. I tasted it, and I've never made kimchi fried rice before. It tastes a little bitter. I don't know if I'm missing something, which is exactly why I don't feel comfortable filming the cooking process. Here I have some pickled cucumbers, the Korean cucumbers, Kirby cucumbers. I used to buy this at Omart, and then I cracked the code on how to make it myself. So I did. They're very good. All you do is salt the cucumbers, let them sit until they wilt, and then I rinse them off because of the salt, but you just drain them and squeeze them out real well. Sugar, rice wine vinegar, and sesame seeds, and that's all. And the longer you let it sit, the better it tastes. So they're really expensive to buy ready-made, so I'm really excited that I figure out how to make them. So let's proceed. Give it a go. Not too bad, not too bad. It's edible. There's a spice I'm missing, so if y'all haven't ever watched her, there's this Korean woman, I believe she lives in New York. Her name is Mangchi. And she does Korean recipes online, and she's really good, so I know she probably has a recipe for this, so I'll have to look it over and see what I missed. I usually make chicken fried rice with all the vegetables and things, and that always comes out great. But I know that for kimchi fried rice, you don't use as many ingredients. So what have y'all been up to since I saw you, or since we spoke 2 days ago? Me, the next day, remember I told you the besito was barking because of the neighbors looking for their dog? Well, it's actually 2 dogs that they were looking for, both pit bulls. One was a little bitty puppy, and one was not too much older. And turns out one of them's a military service dog. So they came to the door, and I kind of gave them a couple of places to check that they didn't know about, like no kill shelter right down the road. So hopefully, I'm praying that they found the dog. So I'm glad for that. Finally caught up with the UPS people. We have done away with our dish, and we just use a Roku. Trying to cut down on expenses, and where we pay $20 for like almost 20 channels of live TV, and then we have our Netflix and stuff. Instead of paying $120 for service, we pay like $30. So we're really liking that. This is tasting better and better. I don't know what bitter I tasted when I don't know. This is really good for my first try. I played back my other video. I got it going, got it online. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching my second video, that means you were intrigued enough to try the second video. I played it back. It was so weird seeing myself on camera like that. I asked my wife, I'm like, do I sound like that? And she's, yeah. Because I never sound like me. I don't know, what do y'all think? When you hear yourself in a recording, does it sound like yourself? But I think I did pretty good. I noticed that 2 or 3 things I repeated myself on, and because I couldn't remember. Fibro people, you know about the fog. So, because I don't know how to edit yet, That'll probably happen a few more times because you know us, we'll get brain farts and it's like, did I say that already? So forgive me if that happens again. We were talking about shopping and the difficulties of shopping. And I asked how y'all felt about that, the whole wheelchair issue, and I thought, I get comfortable enough if this camera film turns out really well. I know Ben Dean uses right now, well, he's got a new camera he got as a gift from someone, but he was using his iPhone. I think it looked like an iPhone, but he was using his phone to record, and it came out really good, so I have no doubt this one will do well. My camera will do well. It's not an iPhone, but then maybe I'll see if I can't capture people kind of looking at me, because I know some people think, oh, she's just being paranoid, but unless you're fat, and, you know, I was going to call this Fatty Hates Fibro, but my wife thinks I'm self-deprecating enough, and so I just changed it to Fluffy, so it sounds better. But tomorrow, I'll be going to my great niece's third grade birthday party. She turns 3, and I'm really nervous because I'm afraid it's at 1 o'clock, and because I have such problems with sleeping, 1 o'clock's pretty early for me to get up. 1 o'clock is. So I'll have to get up at like 11:30 or noon just to get dressed and get out the door. So my wife has to work, so I may ask her to wake me up so I can make sure that I'm up. But it's one of those, can I make it? Will I feel well enough? I've been feeling pretty good the last few days. You can tell because 2 days later I'm filming again. So it is so good. Simple. It's so good. So I hope I enjoy myself. I'm sure I will when I'm with family. I tend to relax and kind of enjoy it once I'm there. It's just the getting there. It's a big pain in the behind. But they're worth it. Little Kinsley turns 3. So, fibro people, what do y'all do for pain management? Do you take narcotics? Are you on the gabapentin? I know there's like different treatments out there. One of the ones that I wanted to talk about today, briefly, is it's called the guaifenesin protocol, and basically what it is guaifenesin is the active ingredient for Mucinex. There is a doctor. No, I'm not affiliated in any way. No, I'm not getting paid for talking about this or mentioning his name. He's out of California, and his name is Dr. Saint Armand. Do y'all know about this protocol? Are any of y'all on this protocol? I am on the guaifenesin protocol page on Facebook, and I read what they have to say. Dr. Saint Armand's theory is that fibromyalgia comes from, those of us that have it, come from I believe he said liver defect. That it's a birth defect where the chemical or, see, here comes the fog. I was practicing this last night. Salicylates. I think that's how you say it. Food has salicylates in it, and it's something that your body needs. But because our liver is not right, it doesn't process it out. He believes, now, you fiber people, I've got a lot of them. They look like celluloid, but they're kind of like lipomas, where you get the bumps. You can see a few right in here. And some of them, when I push on them, they hurt. I don't know about you. But he believes that because the body can't process out the salicylates, your body stores them. And those are the pockets that hurt, and that's what causes your pain, your pressure points, etc. So his theory is that if you take the Mucinex, the guaifenesin, in daily doses like you would a vitamin or any other pill, that it will help your body clear the salicylates. When you do this, you have to cut out all other ways that salicylates get in your body. Beauty products, shampoos, even chapstick. He even suggests that you wear gloves when you prepare food because it'll absorb into your skin and it gets in there too fast. I haven't read his book. I'm only going by the way some of the people that have been on the protocol for a long time describe it to newbies on the page. He has a book out, and they always suggest if you go on the protocol to read that book first. You can go see him, and what he calls maps you where all your pains are. It's like one of those chalk outlines of your body, and he marks wherever you have pain. He just color it black, just fill it all in. But then you can go back to him and when you're supposed to clear. I hesitate to do the protocol, not because I don't want to get better, but when people clear, it's like they're in a triple flare constantly. You see them on Facebook, really in a lot of pain, and the pain that I have is bad tolerating enough. That's not proper English, is it? But I hope you know what I mean. And according to these people on this the protocol page on Facebook, and he doesn't run it, he's not the administrator on the page, they really think that it works for them. I don't know. Could you do something that's strict? Could you take that much pain? I don't know. They seem to... How far-fetched? Why is he the only one that has discovered this quote-unquote defect? You know what I mean? It's starting to gain momentum. People believing in fibro. You'd think somebody else would kind of investigate that. And again with the mess. So people are worried because this doctor apparently is not a young man, and they're wondering what will happen to the protocol when he is long and gone, because nobody else seems to be getting on board. Of course, everybody thought that about Atkins when he first started. Now you have the glycemic index and South Beach diet and Sugar Busters diet, and all of those are a spin-off of his diet. And they all thought he was crazy at first, so I don't know. But if you're on the protocol, let me know if anything I've said is incorrect. Okay, I can't eat that. It's part of the white around the yolk that did not get cooked in. I like a runny yolk, but not a runny white. Sorry if y'all saw that and got grossed out. But let me know what you think down below. Another doctor that talks about fibromyalgia is, he calls himself the medical medium. Don't know if you've heard about him. I think his real name is Anthony Williams, I believe. And a lot of his stuff shows up a lot on my Facebook feed. And he's all about, eating clean. And he always says, oranges are a great source of yada, 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 yada. And he'll say them all. And his claim to fame, so to speak, is, like in the name, medical medium. He says that he's a medium. On that spirit, apparently he has a big following and he stays booked all the time, but people will go into him to see him for illnesses that nobody else can figure out what it is. And they'll go in there and spirit talks to him and tells him how to proceed with this patient. They can see what's actually wrong with the patient and formulate a plan. I'm sorry you can't see the cucumbers. I don't want to hold it. Let's see if I move myself back a little bit, then you can see it. There we go. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, they go to him, to his office, and I listened to one of his radio thingies. I've never seen him live, but he does radio shows, and people call in. Oh, I wanted to call in so bad. I'm thinking maybe a miracle, and it's not fibro that I have, it's something real simple. And he can apparently connect with the person over the phone, and spirit will tell him what's wrong. But the most intriguing thing, whether you believe in that kind of stuff or not, I can stick this here, I guess. Whether you believe in that kind of stuff or not, what I find interesting about him is that his theory about fibromyalgia is that fibromyalgia in itself is not the disease, the syndrome. He believes that it is a byproduct of the Epstein-Barr syndrome, the Epstein-Barr virus. That, and we bought his book, and the wife is supposed to be reading it and letting us know, because anytime we want to investigate stuff, I'm usually the one that has to go in Google or whatever. So she said she'd read the book, and she hasn't so far. But basically, from what I read when I first heard about him, is that Epstein-Barr syndrome, like if you've ever had mono. I mean, I've never had mono, but then I don't know. I used to get strep all the time, so I could have had mono and all that strep when I was young. But Epstein-Barr syndrome gets in your body, and it leaves when your body starts trying to protect itself. Now, somebody who knows the medical medium, if I read this incorrectly below, please correct me, because I want to give out the right information. And remember, I'm not a doctor or a nurse. But anyway, the byproduct that happens when your body tries to fight the Epstein-Barr syndrome is what causes the buildup over the years, is what starts causing the fatigue and all of that, which is what people see as fibromyalgia. Chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and he named a couple other ones that I don't remember. I really didn't listen or read past, the fibromyalgia part. But he believes that if you can clear up the byproducts in your body from the Epstein-Barr virus, he said you had to have had it at one point, then you can, quote-unquote, cure fibro because you're clearing up the Epstein-Barr. He said that just because if you, read his book and then you go to the doctor and say, I want to be tested for Epstein-Barr, if you've had it a while back or something, I forgot what he said. It was medical jargon, which is why I wanted to get on this page, because sometimes you're like, huh? However it works out, it won't necessarily show up on blood work, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. He said how, and I'm sorry, but I don't really recall. So I found that interesting. I'm like, wow, that's a new theory. And he again mentioned the liver. And I forgot what he said about the liver, but he again mentioned the liver. I'm like, wow, that's two doctors with weird theories, but they both go back to mentioning the liver. So I watch what he says and, try to eat more of the stuff. Like, he just swears by celery juice. Well, my wife has that's not a Ninja. Don't have Ninja money, but it's one of those, you turn it over, and what you blend, you take off the thingy and it becomes the glass. And so, fog, I can't remember what it was. I tried one time and it was supposedly going to get all the pulp. Let me tell y'all something. Celery juice, warm, with some of the pulp in it. I couldn't do it. I had one glass, forced it down, and I can't do it. So ever since then, I've been kind of gun shy to try it again. But I think if I blend it real good, maybe put some cucumbers in there and chill it, and then try to drink it. Maybe it'll taste better. Add some honey or something in it. But I'll try again. But who swears by it? It's supposed to be this really great thing that if you do it every day, that you'll do really well. So, sorry, I'm using my phone and I got a text from my daughter and it kind of dropped down and now it's thrown me off again. It's not the dog, it's my daughter. Anyway, he swears by it. So I'm going to try again. I like celery. I mean, I can eat it, you know, but for me, in order for it to taste really good, I got to throw some not so good for you stuff on it. And that defeats the purpose. Lemon water, he just really spouts about lemon water. So I don't have any lemons in here because I'm out of lemons, but, and my water. It's water. Wow. Hair. I lose hair like crazy. But he swears, so I do, and I do feel better. It kind of really helps hydrate me. I can tell when I haven't had water in a while, my legs start cramping up really bad. And one thing, you know, I think it's a shame. Tell me what you think, fibro people. I think it's a shame that so many companies, and they say they're doctors and all of that, and they have this wonder pill that's going to cure your fibro. And people believe it because it's from a supposed doctor. My wife just recently got sucked in, and I'm not saying that they don't work. Don't know the name of the company or anything, and I wouldn't tell you. But the pills were like $149 for a 30-day supply. And she's like, but they're from a doctor. I'm like, just because they're from a doctor doesn't mean that they're not trying to make a quick buck. You know? I mean, I may be stupid, and it is a cure, and the whole time I could have been taking them and curing myself, but there's just so many con artists out there, you know? So I just kind of read them and, oh, okay, you know. So, but the medical medium talked about what's called chaga tea, C-H-A-G-A-T. What it is a mushroom that grows on birch trees, apparently, of the way he described it, and I read some of the comments people made. Apparently you can give it to dogs. I didn't know dogs could have fibro, but you can give it to dogs for whatever's ailing them. I'm assuming pain, for muscle pain, you know, when they get older. And some people said, yeah, they get it off the trees themselves. I don't think Texas has birch trees. If they do, I need to find out where they are and start harvesting the stuff myself, because this stuff is expensive. Now, he did suggest chaga tea, and he listed this whole, and I guess I should have brought it up, but it wouldn't have done any good because I would have looked it up on my phone, and I'm using it to record. But one of the things that it's supposed to help relieve fibro symptoms. Supposed to help with psoriasis, and he also put on there, and to me that's a pretty strong claim unless you know, but it's supposed to kill cancer on contact. Now, I don't have cancer, thank you Jesus, but I'm thinking, wow. So I thought, okay, let me look this stuff up. He did recommend a particular brand that he said had the highest concentration of the actual chaga in it, the mushroom in it. He said it tastes like coffee, real strong coffee, and some of the people said, yeah, they put sugar in it, and some people say they season it just like they would their coffee, which is, you know, cream and sugar and stuff. So I went to Amazon, clicked on the link he had, and it was like $21. So all total it was like $25 with shipping and handling. And it said 50 grams. Now, I'm American. Thank God we didn't get into the metric system, okay, because I would struggle. And I didn't say how many ounces is 50 grams, but I'm thinking 50. Now, this is a pretty good sized bag. Y'all, you couldn't shove a slice of American cheese in it. It is a very small bag. But I will say, and I haven't taken it in 2 or 3 days, and I should, but I will say, when I started to drink, and no, I'm not associated with this chaga tea company. I've only bought one package that me and my wife has shared, so I don't have many cups left. But I will be ordering some more. And when I feel like I'm comfortable, that y'all don't think I'm trying to pad my pockets with suggesting this particular brand, so I'm just going to say, try some chaga tea. You pick the company. And if I get in the comments that you really want to know which company that I got it from, then I'll give it to you. But within a day, Like, I took it at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And by the time I got up the next day, which was about 3 in the afternoon, I think, I happened to be in the bathroom. Now, I have psoriasis really bad. I got psoriasis from an allergic reaction I had to penicillin. I know. Really? I had it all over, and then it ended up staying at my knees, my elbows, my face, and my hair. I'm trying to make sure that I don't have anything in my hair, because it would look really gross on camera, but right in here I get it real bad, sometimes in here. But within a day of just taking 1 cup, my psoriasis was pretty much off my elbows, see it? And 80-90% off my face. I still have it in my hair, and I had taken I've been drinking like maybe 4 cups, and then I stopped, and it's a teaspoon in 8 ounces of hot water, so all I do is put a teaspoon in a coffee cup and then just fill it up with hot water, so probably a little over 8, but dilutes it a little bit, and let me tell you, this stuff tastes awful. I mean, it does taste like coffee, but it tastes more like bitter, instant French roast coffee. And I put tons of sugar in it, and honey, and then it's drinkable. But I started to feel a little better. No, it was not a miracle tea, but it was enough that when I felt like getting up to doing something, even though I can't stand for very long, then I would get up and go do it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll go without anything to drink for a couple of hours on the couch because I know I have to walk all the way into the kitchen, which is right there, to go get it. And I'm like, oh, I'll just sit here. But I didn't mind getting up and doing it. So I know it did have an effect on me, and it's starting to wear off because, not the psoriasis part, that cleared that up. Maybe the longer I drink it, it'll get the rest of it away. But I did find that one thing that really works. So just try some chaga tea, and you get, like I said, you just get on Amazon and look at the different companies, because I'm not going to suggest it, because I really, really, really don't want you to think I'm just trying to make a buck. I know that some YouTubers, they do endorsements, and they get paid for it. And if I ever get popular, really, too bad I won't know how to edit that out. If I ever get popular enough to be contacted by certain companies and saying, hey, will you endorse our product, I will tell you. You see what I mean? I'm going to say, look, this stuff right here tastes really good. I am being paid to mention this in my post. So, you know, transparency, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. But, because I don't like to be fed a line of bullshit. I really don't. Pardon my French. But, like I said before, if it helps me, I'll mention it, you know. So, Mother said, that's why my boobs are so big, because I keep feeding them. Oh, and remember when I dropped the rice 2 days ago on my wife's computer? Well, I asked her to watch my video to see what she thought, and she got to that part. So she kind of laughed when I said, ooh, maybe she won't know. And she turned around and looked at me and said, or have your wife watch the video so she'll know. Anyway, a little bit about me. We're 28 minutes in. We have 3 dogs and then my daughter's dog. You heard Besito, and one by one, maybe I'll have them come up here. Molly, she's my daughter's dog, little Molly Tamale. She's half pug and half chihuahua. And so she's a cute little dog. Can be a pain in the behind sometimes, but the way she's had to live, I can't blame some of her bad habits. You know, she eats things in the, let's just say, because I'm eating, she eats in the backyard, things that she shouldn't eat, and it's really gross, and you just really can't stop her. She's a trash digger, so we have to make sure when we leave the house, we make sure all the trash is up, because she will get into it. And we have a dog, her name is Sheba. She is half golden retriever and half yellow lab. I know, right? The 2 best kind of dogs in one. And she's a wonderful dog, sweet as she can be, dumb as a post, but we love her. And she learned the bad habit of trash digging from Miss Molly, because she didn't trash dig before until Molly came into the house. So we have to scold her for that too. And then our last pet we have, her name is Callie. We don't know what she is. We do know that part of her is Australian Shepherd. Really laid back dog. And I know that when we leave the house and the dogs do some bad things, we just know she's lying off to the corner going, y'all are getting in trouble. Because when we come home, as soon as she sees that we've noticed whatever they've done wrong, she hightails it out of the room. Kind of like, y'all are on your own. Part of what you have to do when you make this stuff, of course, the kimchi itself is hot enough. I love kimchi. You put a little bit of gochujang in there. I think I saw that in one video. It's kind of mushy when I put the rice in the fridge. Part of the rice, if it stays overnight in that container that we have, it's a Wolfgang Puck rice cooker. Some of the rice gets soggy. So I put it in a Ziploc bag, and it was open. And I thought, well, if I put it in the fridge, normally rice in general will dry up a little bit, and that's what you're supposed to have when you fry it. It'll dry up. Well, when I put it out to cook it today, I noticed at the bottom all the liquid had settled to the bottom. It was kind of mushy, and I thought, well, if I put that at the bottom of the pan, it'll get crispy, and, you know, didn't happen. It's still soggy. So the texture's kind of weird. Still good, though. But it kind of got mushy. Kind of made everything mushy. Well, it's more like steamed rice than fried rice. But it's got that oh so wonderful taste of kimchi. So I came across a new mukbanger. Came across him by accident. And his name is Jasper Days. And he's funny. He thought he said, it's hot here in D.C. I thought that's what he said in one of his videos, but really not sure. But he's a real nice guy. He makes me laugh. I see, I lost it again. There was a point that I was trying to make. It'll come back to me. So if I jump to it, like, in a few minutes, then you're, oh, yeah, it's from that other statement. Watched one and I was hooked, so I became a subscriber. He does a lot of eating out mukbangs. He says he loves mukbangs. And he was inspired by Kimmy, just like me. And to eat better, I was inspired by Mommy Tang. Man, she's got this stir-fry udon noodle dish that I really want to try. But I don't want to be unethical and just, I mean, I wouldn't cook it in front of you, so, but I haven't made it. But it looks so good, and it looks so easy, and it's so healthy that I want to ask her, can I use the recipe in my post? And I would give her total credit, and I would make it exactly like she makes it, which means what? No meat. Actually, Mama Tang, this is plant-based diet dish, vegan. Because I think, and I need to verify, this kimchi, which is Omart's own brand of kimchi, does not put any kind of fish in here. So if they don't, I'll look at the label, then it is really a vegan. I put no meat in it. Of course, I don't really think you can with kimchi fried rice, huh? But I have a thought chicken breast I could have cooked up. To go along with it, but I decided no, let's just go meat-free today. So I made a bunch of these, and my wife likes it. So I wanted to eat the whole thing, but I thought, no, I'll hold back. She deserves to have some. She is definitely a Vegisaurus. I mean, she eats meat. After she and I moved in together, of course, I'm a Meatosaurus. And so, over the years, she had eaten more and more and more and more meat and less veggies. And she's kind of going back to the, more veggies, and she doesn't eat beef anymore. It makes her stomach upset. She doesn't eat pork. She never really liked pork. She doesn't like the porky taste of pork. So if she makes pork chops, she drowns them in Worcestershire and soy sauce, and so we really can't taste pork flavor. Although she'll love like an Easter ham, those Smith's ham, or the one with the bone sticking out, looks like, you see them on the cartoons. She'll love that. She'll eat on that for days. And to me, that's porky tasting. And she's like, no, that's ham tasting. But I get what she's saying. There's a big difference between that smoked ham and a pork chop. So I get what she's saying. But I just tease her. But anyway, this udon dish, I watched it again last night. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to just really, really, really want to try that. But I'm going to see if she'll answer me. I commented on one of her posts, and she still hasn't answered me, but hell, she's got 4 kids to take care of and 100,000 subscribers, so I'm just one little fish in a big old pond. So, but I'll ask her again if she'll allow me to do the recipe, at least cook it off screen and then present it to you, and then I'll tell you what's all in it. But it looks so good, and it looked so refreshing, and it was very, very simple to make. When I look, you can look her up and see it. She calls it the stir-fry udon. Real good. Watched one of Banz's videos last night. The guy told you that could eat like just a monstrous amount of food. He had like 20 of those ramen cups, the instant where you just pour water on it, and a couple of them had rice cakes in it, the tteokbokki. And his newest videos, he went on vacation and came back, and ever since then there's no English subtitles, so he's speaking not even nothing in Korean, and the only words I know is when he starts describing the food that he's gotten. I recognize the name of the dish, but and he said duck, so I knew that it was the rice cakes, but about 20 of them. I was like, my gracious, young man. And when he eats the noodles, when he was doing the subtitles, he says when he sucks them in, because the Koreans don't believe in cutting the noodles with your teeth, and that slurping your noodles is acceptable because that's the only way to get them in. And I haven't mastered that. I've got a loud mouth, but I've got a small mouth, so I can't fit a whole bunch of food in my mouth, and my mouth fills up with noodles before I'm getting them all in, so I have to cut them. So I keep trying, though. But he says he lets them slide right down. You can see him. He'll chew like once or twice and then swallow them. So he's like, it slides right down. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't like that feeling in my throat. So, but that's how he does it. So I just marvel at the amount of food that he can eat. It's like, my goodness. I'd be bedridden if I did that. So, 30 minutes in. I was going to discuss my eye injury, but we can do that another time. I'm really enjoying these this mukbangs. I say these, that's only the second one, and hopefully this one I can get it onto my account. I don't know how I'll do that. Maybe hook up my phone to the laptop. I'm telling you, I'm not that tech savvy. I mean, I can figure out how to click here and click there. It took me forever, even without editing, to get that other video on YouTube. And they have their own editing thingy, and I clicked on it, and the music started, and it started this little line across. I said, no, because if my luck, I'll put the music, and it'll be too loud for my talking, and so I allowed it to enhance the video, and apparently the video was shaky, so it stabilized that, and that was the extent of the editing. But I want to be able to get, like, where you write comments and it shows up, and I don't know how to do any of that. And another lady I started watching, a young girl I started watching, was Helen Peng Peng. Oh my God, she's so cute. She's Chinese, And she's so cute. Doesn't too much cussing for my taste, and this is coming from somebody who cusses like a sailor. I mean, hello. Hung around convicted felons. I think I was in the system as a corrections officer both times, like almost 20 years. So I can cuss like a sailor, but she's so cute, and she's real bubbly and laughs and stuff. And at the beginning of hers, you know, little sparkles come and it says Helen Pang Pang. And I want to do all that, but I got to learn how to do all that. So y'all be patient. This kind of looks like low rent video, and I'm sorry if it does. I'm a work in progress. I'll get better, I promise. But we're coming on 40 minutes, so I'm going to shut this off and stop it right here. I hope what we talked about today was helpful about the 2 doctors. Check them out. Tell me what you think. I really am intrigued about the medical medium. I hope my wife gets on it and reads the book, and we can talk about it. I'm sure I could read it, but God dang it, I don't want to do all the research all the time. And she seems interested too. So try that chaga tea and let me know what you think about that. And like I said, I was going to bring the pouch over here, and I thought no, because people are always trying to make a buck, and I don't want them to think that I'm trying to make a buck by pushing this particular brand. A little bitty pouch for $21, but for what little I've drank, for how it's making me feel like doing, you know, clearing up the psoriasis, and you know, I'm feeling a little bit better. I know it's not a cure. It doesn't say that it'll cure. I think it helps in the inflammation, and it helps your other organs. So of course, because of all our symptoms, it's going to make you feel better, and it started to. And then, like everything else, that's why I don't take my medicine. I mean, my doctor, you know, I used to go to him all the time, and he'd say, well, I'd put you on this, but I doubt you'd take the pill. So he knows me too. And so the last 3 or 4 days, I really haven't drank the tea. So, but I promise, as soon as I stop this video and figure out how to get it on YouTube, I'll have a cup. Anyway, I don't know if this is self-promoting, but I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. That'll let me know that the word is getting out, and that people are actually, because I only got 11 views in 2 days, and since I'm not paying for promoting my thingy, I guess they've got ways of putting me out front so people can see me. Hopefully the keywords mukbang and fibro will do it. But if you'll, you know, subscribe and either thumbs up or thumbs down, and if it's a thumbs down, can you tell me why? That might be helpful to me. Please don't try to be ugly. We get enough ugliness in this world. You know we do. You're going to get them. And I hope I don't get too many. So God bless everybody. And I'll see you soon. Oh, Molly. Miss Molly. Miss Molly. Miss Molly. That's Miss Molly. That's my daughter's dog. Yeah. Okay. Miss Callie. Callie. Can you see? Okay, get down, Molly. There's Callie. There's Callie. See, what do you think she is? She's Australian Shepherd and something else. I don't know. You smelling my food? You know that's not a... Get down. Go on. Go. Thank you. Cito, come here, baby. This is Cito. He's the one you kept hearing 2 days ago. Little pain in the little pain in the behind. Okay, go on. I got one more. Shiba. This is my, come here. This is my Shebers. My Sheba. This is my dog, the one I picked out. Yeah, she's the lab and the retriever. Yes. Okay. You've all been, okay, go away. Go on. Get down. Get down. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd show them real quick. Anyway, much love and peace to everybody. Good vibes. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.